or good day, or good afternoon, wherever it is for you. Hello, this is Deirdre, the Mystic. And I'm here again based on your questions, your outreach, and your asking to talk today about the family. And I was thinking about the family. My family, like most families, we have our issues. I'm divorced, so my children have a sort of blended family, working on becoming more blended. Some people from divorce are really lucky, and the new families all work together well. And then there are those who we have to really work on bringing families together. So we're here in the 21st century with a whole new paradigm of family because we get to make choices. We're growing, quite frankly. We're learning who we are. We're in an age of consciousness. And whenever the question of consciousness comes up, it creates friction. Because whenever we ask, who am I? We begin a search, a journey for this. And that's where we are in the 21st century, in the age of surprise. So relationships, marriages, family units, they're not lasting 50 years, 60 years the way some have. Some are lasting that long, and we appreciate that, we honor that, and whenever I personally see a long-term marriage, a good marriage and family union, I always say thank you for holding that central pillar of union for the rest of us, because it's really inspiring to see. However, that's not the path. Life sometimes happens. So here we are, we're with the family. How do we heal the family? And today, I want to talk about the purpose of family, and that a question that we don't ask, but I got to thinking, wow, this is really important. And then the guides that I work with, the spiritual mentors, from the greater reality, all started to chatter and share with me their views of a family and where we are with family today. And one of the first questions they asked me was, well, what's your family dream? So I said, my family, I didn't know. I mean, I make a personal dream. A business might have a dream. But what is your family dream? So I'd like to start there. And I'd also like to really dedicate this particular morning presentation to my dear mentor, which I'm going to be writing a special story about her. And I'd love to share it with you, Dr. Wanda Katzman Steinberg, here in Beverly Hills. Born August 31st, 1932. She was my mentor for 20 years in psychology, understanding of the human psychological nature. I went to her when I first started Radiance healing and was getting all these healings, and I came to her and I said, I need support. A lot's coming up when I work with people, and a lot of it's psychological. Maybe I should go back to school and get my degree. And she said, oh, no, you don't have that. That's a waste of time. I'll teach you everything you need to know. You're smart. She was one of the first women to get a PhD in psychology from USC, and was in fact the head of that department for many years, an esteemed psychologist here in Beverly Hills. She's worked with the who's who of the world. I was very honored, very blessed to really be chosen by her to mentor me. And in that, I worked with her. I taught her Radiance healing and opened her doorways into the mystical world. I will say I had a lot of great help because her daughter, Kelly White, is an incredible clairvoyant and medium. And we both used to laugh that we were here to take Wanda, Dr. Steinberg, who is very much of the Western psychological approach and very academic, and just glide her into the mystical woo-woo, which she did, and she loved, and she grew to really be grateful for that journey. And she did just pass away. So I want to just take a moment of silence to say thank you, a teacher. We all need teachers. And thank you, Dr. Steinberg, for your gift to the thousands and thousands of people you touch and the millions of lives you touched through the people that you touched. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate you being a part of my soul pod and joining me in that. So I went to that memorial, and there was Lou's family, a beautiful family, all talking about her, and I was so moved. And I thought, you know, this is right. This whole series about family is really important because that's who's with us at the end. They come around. Even those who haven't been around show up at the end, and we all face each other. So let's heal our families. Let's do what we can to heal our personal families, and of course, our human family, the family of our country, our city, our neighborhood. So what is this, a family dream? I've got some tips, I've got some points, and I want to share with you now some steps that I've been working with that has been very healing with people I'm working with and my family. They came from the Divine Presence, and I'd like to share them with you. Please write them down, or you can rewind this tape at any time when you're watching later and write down these tips, these tools, have it in your notebook of consciousness. You can also find them probably in about 3 days. We transcribe the teachings I give, and they are on my blog page, and you can find all of this completely written out for you. And if you were to do this from the series, you would have my book, so you wouldn't even have to buy it, with all the tools for living an awakened life and living the life as a mystic and a awakened human with all the happiness that, fortunately, this path brings. So the first thing is, with your family, to create enlightened family, that's our theme. Here's some tips about the family dream, and I'm going to talk about why it's so important. The first is you want to sit down and with your family, and again, your family can be, your family can be your family you were born into, the family you're with, or your friends. Many of us today, I talk about that a lot in my newsletters, you know, our family or the family we create from our friends and our experiences, because our family may be on the other side of the ocean. So your family, ask, what is our dream? What's our dream as a family? What do we want to accomplish? What do we want to build? What kind of purpose do we want? So you want to just sit down and go around and ask each other about your family. What's your dream? What's your experience? And then go around in a circle and let everyone share, you know, what do you want to experience in this family? Like, what kind of experiences do you want us to have as a family unit? You go around with that. And then I get the next question, you know, how do we want to build or create this dream? How do we want to build or create this dream? What do we want to do? How can we do that? Let everyone share that. And then we go around and we say, what can we do to heal? How can we heal our differences? And then it's very important, afterwards you've listened this down, and I would recommend that you write it down. You then say, what's one thing that I can do in every person's family to help or to assist in this family dream, this family purpose? Have that dialogue, and then finish with a big hug and a thank you, and set a time to follow up. Say, okay, we're going to meet again in a month, or maybe have this meeting. And then send the intention that, oh, now when we leave, we're going to keep our family dream, the dream for our family, our purpose, in our mind, and practice taking our actions from this intention. And see how it goes. See how that works for you. I think you might be surprised to find out what you'll experience when the family, our families come together with a real dream, a real purpose. You know, a family, a well-run family, really is like a excuse me, like a business. It is running a business, and when the family has a lot of dysfunctional behavior, the business of the family doesn't work very well. And when the family is functioning, then the business of the family thrives. We're happier, we're sustained, we feel supported. It's so important to have that group of people, as I'm calling this now, Soul Pod, that supports you and supports you in your own personal dreams as well. Because that Soul Pod, that group, is a formation. It is a foundation. It's the foundational energy for you to fly. It's your grounding. As the creator of the system, Radiance Healing, based on the universal tree of life, giving activations into the tree of life, what I've learned over 20 years is that in order to really experience this world with all the gifts that this world has to give us, in order to fly, to have your dreams come true, and I have had so many of mine come true. I'm blessed beyond measure and forgiven beyond measure, because boy, have I messed up a lot of that. But opportunities came again, and they will come again, and they will come for you when you live a conscious life, and when you have a spiritual practice, and when you put your attention into your soul and your purpose. What is my purpose? And with the family, what is our purpose? So energetically, because remember, everything is energy, the family unit, or the Soul Pod, or the community of friends you call your family, that support is an energetic grid. It's an actual grid of energy. Now, you may not see this, but when you touch and you feel it, you will feel it. And when we don't have that foundation of energy, of people who love us, who support us, and we support them, that pod, like a dolphin pod, when we go to fly, when we go to manifest our ideas, the energy is a bit like a kite or a balloon without a string, without a tether. And it's more difficult to manifest, and it's more difficult to sustain what's necessary to build a dream, or to create something in the third dimension. Because creating in the third dimension, folks, just FYI, this is the most difficult loca or strata of reality to create in, because it's slow. The pieces move slow. It takes time. In the other realities, we just ching, or like in Bewitched, wiggle your nose, and you can create. Here, it's different. So in order to create, having a strong community of support and asking for support, that's another thing. You want to ask for support. Say, oh gosh, just help me. Just send good thoughts. Just send good thoughts. Ask how it's going. When we have that foundation, you can really fly. And that's why it's so important to have one's family, one's soul pod, however it's put together, functioning well, with intent, with purpose, dialoguing when there are misunderstandings, so the misunderstandings can be healed. Sometimes we even need to reach out and ask for an outside person to help mediate. But by building this, you are building the base of the pyramid. You're building a starship of energy, because energy, the more energy you put into an intention, into a thought, the more action, it matriculates, it collects, it becomes thicker, it becomes denser, it becomes more permanent. I'm sure many of you have been in a beautiful cathedral or a temple somewhere, or a museum, someplace that's been around a long time, or you've been to a monument or a place in nature that's famous for its beauty. And I know when you went there, you felt something. You went, oh, this is different. I feel something, maybe an awe, maybe I moved to silence. I'm touched, but I can't maybe articulate how I'm touched. I can't really speak it in words. You are feeling the density, the energy of that place that has been overlaid and filled with prayer, beauty, awe, the radiance of all the people that have been there, all the people that have said prayers, or all the people that have come and said, oh, this beautiful place, this nature, it touches me. And all those good feelings create what in Hebrew we call the Or HaMet, an overlay of light. And light is energy. So whenever I talk about light, I'm talking about energy. And light is the energy of goodness, of creativity, of virtue, of ethics. So when you create in your family these dialogues, such as what is our family dream? And you put intention into this, your own dream, your own purpose will be fueled with a rocket fuel of creation for you to succeed. And it works. It really, really, really works. My dear friend, Jack Canfield, who leads the Success Principles worldwide, uses this work. I've had so many people contact me and say, oh my gosh, my life changed based on this work. So the guides, the angelic presences, the prophets, those who have gone before us as leaders, they want you to succeed. They want you to have success, personally, interpersonally, and also worldly success. Both. and spiritually, spiritual success, your success at being able to experience them, the divine, to feel the oneness, to feel their support, and to know that the presence supports you, heals you, fills you, brings you the miracles to living a beautiful life, healing. And that's where we are in the age of surprise right now. That's why I'm here as a mystic, coming out of my cave to share this knowledge with you and to learn from you what you have to share, your knowledge, because each of you also have an internal knowledge, a wisdom for our world. I was just to finish, I just had a great fun interview with Maria Menounos. She has a Sirius XM radio show. If you ever listen to the radio, check her out. She's just a fabulous, light-filled wonderment woman. And I was there with Charlotte Flair, who is from the World Wrestling Entertainment, I guess it's a channel, and she's the woman wrestler of 2016 year. And we were just here in this room talking just about this, about light, about soul pods, about bringing healing to all aspects of the world. So it's happening. It's happening now, and it's happening in the mainstream media, these conversations. So I just encourage you to continue your path, continue your spiritual path, and use these tools, and they will bring you abundance of success in all areas. So blessings for your family. I'm going to finish just right now with a little, this is the bowl of Archangel, let's see, Ariella, and she is standing with Saint Germain. This is the bowl of Saint Germain, and Saint Germain is the great ascended master of transformation, of transforming dysfunction into function, loss into wisdom, obstacles into success, and fear into love. So we'll just take a moment and let's just listen to our crystal bowl as we finish for today. Our healing of our family and healing our dreams. May all your dreams come true. This is our blessing today. May all your dreams come true. Beloved presence, all it is, we thank you for this healing today, for filling us with your love to heal and bless our families and to ignite the light of our family's dream, our purpose, our healing, and our fun. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful week. Come see me, DeirdreOnline.com, and let's all stay in touch. Thank you. Bye-bye.